Right, I sort myself out. Right, first I want to get some food. Okay, try and be a bit more domesticated, like. I show one of these like washers and dryers. So you half fill it, because again, let's just be real. We can't get on the route of filling too much, or else. When you live alone, you have to be domesticated at the same time. So you have to like facilitate your own clothes, your own washing, your own like cleaning. It's funny because not many men can. It's weird. But fancy being a male in the world today. So you're born into this whole like realm of life, which we all know. And it's mad, isn't it, that half the population are men, and about 75% of men, they're just obsolete. They just can't facilitate their life. They can't facilitate their own life being domesticated. They can't facilitate anything, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like it's actually a shame, really, but. Obviously, civilization. There's not that many men out there who actually live alone and can actually function. You have to have a partner, or it's mad, isn't it? Depression. It's weird. Depression is actually a thing, and you're like, really? How like people need people. Must admit, you save a lot of money actually, to be fair. You save a huge amount of money. My phone's ringing as well. Yo. I'm good, yeah. How are you on? Fair play. How's everything? How's life? Awesome. Oh, good, yeah. Obviously, I haven't spoken to you for a while, so I just thought I'd touch base with you, see how things are. Maybe you just go back. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fair play. Okay. Yeah, fair play. That's awesome. Work okay? You're leaving? Okay, that's interesting. Have you sort of facilitated another job, or are you still... Mm-hmm. Right. Got you. Yeah. Fair play. Sounds pretty wild, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah, it's busy on. I'm just absolutely just like chaotic. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, by the time I get up in the morning, then I process a load of WhatsApp messages and things, and then, you know, once I've then processed a load of WhatsApp messages, and then obviously I've got off, I've done what I need to do during the day. By that time I finish, then I get to sleep, and then I get back and get some rest, and it's just never ending. It's just never ending. Like, I'm basically the opposite side. I'm the opposite side to you. So, say again. Why? Well, I just want to get away from the mass immigration. Like, it's just so like seeing the way the world is on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Imagine waking up in the centre of Manchester and just feeling depressed. Like, you know what I mean? It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, isn't it? When you live in the centre of Manchester and you've got obviously, you know, shit. You know, you're dealing with all the aftermath of all the traffic, the protests and things. So basically, I just want to live out in the countryside, away from everybody. Basically. No, I don't know. So you know. So, but yeah, it's just easier. It's a lot easier. So. Oh yeah, I'm honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm the most happiest guy in the world, I tell you. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are really struggling. Like, you know, and it's just kind of like. So I try and say to people, well, if you're unhappy, then change it. But again, it's all right saying that, but people don't do it. They just go, oh, I wish I could go on holiday, and it's like you physically can go on holiday if you sort it, but people don't do it. They say a large amount, and then it's just humanity for you. It's a broken society, so it is. But I think overall, though, I think as humanity evolves and things, I think we're pretty fucked, to be fair with you. So yeah, it's interesting, but life goes on, as always. I think it's how you position yourself and how you live life and how you plan the future. Yeah, but again, you know, you can't just say it's just about obviously positive mindsets and things. Like, you got to look at the future. You got to look at the future plans. You know what I mean? You got to look at obviously, you know, lifespan of human beings. You got to look at obviously, you know, not only what you're eating these days, but what you're doing, not what you're not doing. You know, there's a guy who, again, I sent a message to a chap who I haven't spoken to for ages, like, and said, oh, you know, I've got a BMW 5 Series here. If you want to, you know, it just needs a new timing chain. You know, maybe, you know, it's worth you pursuing it. You know, and you wanting to basically have the vehicle. Anyway, I got a message back, and it's just kind of like, yeah, unfortunately, the guy, you know, the guy's no longer around. He's died. It's like, fucking hell. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows that life is short. I tell you. Like, the guy was like young as well. Do you know what I mean? He's probably only like 2 or 3 years older than me, and it's kind of like he's dead. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not quite sure. Like, obviously, I didn't really go in. You know, you don't really go into information, do you? You know, people you don't really know. You don't really go into information, but yeah. But yeah, guy's no longer around. He's basically dead. And then obviously, my first ever girlfriend's dead. It's like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's like, When you look at actual putting things into perspective of life, you think to yourself, like, this is insane. It is, but like I say to you, the week will week, and the week will always obviously focus and their attention in a different way, I guess. But you see my point of view. Life's short, so. But yeah. So, but yeah, I'm probably nip out to and go buy to eat, I think. That's my next little plan of attack. Time for me is different. Like, at the end of the day, I sleep when I sleep. I wake up when I wake up. And I do things I want to do. Do you know what I mean? I'm very different to most people. You know, a lot of people, it's sad to say this, but a lot of people don't understand the realisation of life. They don't understand it. They think it's dark outside when they think they should go to bed. But then they go to bed and then they wake up and then they find out that it's daytime again and they're just sleeping robots all day, every day. Then next minute they wake up originally and say, oh, well, actually, you know what, I'm now 80. Well, I actually achieved it in the world. It's kind of like, well, actually, to be realist, not a lot. So yeah, I'm just obviously just doing a few bits of, like, you know, a few bits of domesticated washing, making the bed, changing the bed. So yeah, I'm just about to head off to get back to eat now, and then yeah, we'll see what the plan's tonight. So, yeah, cool. Well, anyway, look, it's nice chatting to you. I'm sure I'll bump you for a coffee with you at some point. But yeah. Fine. Cool. All right, I'll drop you a line. All right, cheers. Cheers, bye, bye. Madness. Life is brutal, I tell you. It is brutal. Oh, right, cool. I need to disappear out, for one. I'm going to get a load of... let me nip out first. It's going to get late, and then everyone's going to be closed. Here in the UK, we have this mentality whereby, you know, things aren't 24 hours. And I swear, back in the day of life, a lot more shit was open. I swear it was. Like, Tesco's were open 24 hours a day, Asda's were open 24 hours a day. And they've all like closed. Or are closing. It's interesting, I tell you. Really interesting. Got a dishwasher here as well. Yeah, I've got a dishwasher. Yeah, I might auction off the dishwasher next. Give that away and say, oh, by the way, if you want a dishwasher, let us know. Let me know. Watch is dead as well. Yes, Watch is dead. Brilliant, Mike. Do you know times I walk up and down stairs? You know, I'll tell you the reason why. It's called health. Imagine being overweight and you walk up and down stairs like 15,000 times a day. To tell the truth, you'd lose weight. It's mad, isn't it? And if you went out and drank bottled water, you'd also again lose weight again. it's so interesting to see people's mentality. It's like just maybe. I need to get rid of this key as well. I'm sick to death. Sick to death. So really, I've not actually, well, we have eaten today, but like not properly. So one of my plan is to get salmon, I think. Awesome. I want opals. Next is the question. Yeah, might try and speak to Blakely, I think, and just any chance I can get the same jacket as I've already got now. Hopefully try to get a replacement jacket. This is actually being washed so many times now, it's striped as well. It's gone small. It's gone small. So early on today, I actually crashed out for a few hours. Basically, I woke up at 9. And then just dealt with the aftermath of a few things. Like, it's just kind of like, you know, you like to think that I can go to bed and sleep at night, or go to bed and sleep and just be left alone. But actually, to be fair, you wake up and you just, you know, it's basically, I feel like the world's got wrong over the fact that I sleep. Do you know when Hitler said, like, obviously, you know, don't wake me, don't wake me up. That's how I feel. I feel like that sort of mentality. It's kind of like when the world goes wrong, it's kind of like I'm just obviously asleep, like. Obviously, with him being asleep, we tend to we did conquer, I guess. So it did give us the fighting point in life. Let's take a symbol. Right. Tesco head closes. Coffee closes at 11, I think. miles on the clock. I do love about driving at night. There's no dickheads. There's no dickheads on the road. Honestly. Yeah, 6 a.m. to 11. Usually finds closed. The only thing you find out now is you've got like, you know, you've got all these little like Asian little twats on the road instead. That's what happens at night. Like last night, crashing cars. Clowns. So yeah, I'm going to probably go on to I think Asda, I think. It's one of the things about living on your own. You know, it's basically trying to keep everyone on track. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy. Like obviously keeping things going, like shopping wise, being domesticated. It's like honestly, having a partner, you save thousands of pounds worth of money. Based on the fact that you share the cost between yourselves. Let's be real. That's how it should be, but it doesn't quite work like that, does it? It's fortunately it's about having people that are strong-minded. We just don't go and buy materialistic things, but you know, you can imagine why people do. UK roads, 90 miles an hour. You know why? Because we fucking can. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Motorway, 3 lanes, guess what? There's nobody on the roads, empty. Few oncoming traffic, nothing major. This is what a real man actually looks like. This is actually a guy that actually understands life, knows the risk factors in place, what could go wrong at any one point, and you know, perseveres forward. There's no way you could do this normally, especially during the day. It's just society's broken. The amount of hours of my life I gave back by, first of all, speed. Second of all, as well, as it's not only speed, just not being average in like traffic, not dealing with obviously all of the, you know, queuing up for places. Do you know what I mean? It's mad when you think about it. It's kind of like just saying, "Why? You should be, you know, you should be patient. You should be patient." And it's kind of like, really. We say these things. We say we should be, you know, we should line up and queue up, open things, and you know, it's. Think about all the hours that you've got in the whole world today. All the hours. Let's just say the hours the hours that you say you should have, but you haven't, because it gets taken away from you. One person on the road causing an accident, you're sat in traffic for could be up to 8 hours if it's a fatal. That's 8 hours you're never able to get back. Even 4 hours of your time you're never able to get back. But you have to think to yourself like, yeah, but I just show respect. Why would you put yourself in that sort of level whereby you're wasting your life? If you looked at what you've actually achieved today, if you absolutely sit there and look at what you've actually achieved today, think about what time you woke up. Like, what time did you shower? What time did you eat? What time did you drive out? What time? If you look at your whole life of today and you work out how many hours you've blocked out for driving, blocked out for working, blocked out for commuting, eating, friendship, family. Like, if you were to look back at your whole day, are you telling me that are you telling me today that you've gone to work and you've worked solidly for 7 to 8 hours worth of work, solid? Do you know what I mean? How many times have you been to the toilet today? Think about it. Think about what you actually achieved in one day, and then get down the road thinking how I actually lived life today. Well, breathing still, so yeah, I've lived life. It does make you think twice. It makes you think twice. So yeah, if you think about it, tomorrow morning, just out of interest, if you were in traffic this morning, just get up half an hour earlier and do the journey half an hour earlier, and just see what traffic's like half an hour earlier than you do half an hour later. And just maybe you think, fucking hell, I'm just getting back 10 minutes of my life. Because life's short. Life is short. We all know that. Like, I don't have to dismiss that life isn't short. We all know life is short. Think about the speed. If you drive at 70 miles an hour, then you drive at 90. Think about the amount of hours you're saving. The amount of hours you're saving back. Think about it, it's about being safe as well. It's about obviously understanding life. And just right now, this minute, we're heading around the circle and around the circle of M60 Manchester, and basically they dropped the speed down to 50 miles an hour. They haven't really. They've locked off two cones. They've locked off two lit off two lanes. You've got one lane open now, but we've got obviously a truck in front of us. So basically, there's more to prime than a truckload. If you drive something 56 miles an hour, that's the speed limit. I do tomorrow. I might go to the spa tomorrow. First thing. So actually we're going to go around to Asda. Go a quick coffee, and then tonight again, tonight's my night to do whatever I want to do. It's pretty cool, isn't it, when you think about it? It's pretty cool. to talk to one of my friends, or one of my good old friends who, again, she's female. She's single. She's single. She's got obviously a house, mortgage. She's got obviously a child, and no partner. And it's don't get me wrong. When I look at that, like the child is so intelligent. Like she's done an amazing job, to be fair. But yeah, like I said today on the phone, I said there's a few other people who've got really like amazing kids. They're really switched on, and again, parenting is hard. It's not easy. When you actually look at the understanding of kids, and you know if a kid's happy or a kid isn't being looked at after a while. You can see it in the face. I walk around Tesco and I see a child that's overweight, miserable. For a while that's not a happy child. And that's it's a shame, really. It's a shame. Imagine being a school teacher and you see half your students happy and half your students sad. That's what happens. Right, pick up speed, Mike. We'll see. I'm not quite sure. Maybe a few bits of cheesies, maybe some croissants, maybe some salmon. We'll see. Well, this is the best time. This is actually really the best time to go shopping. If you've got family, this is the best time to go shopping. Imagine taking your kid shopping. It's like mummy, daddy. Do you know what I mean? Think about it. How on earth you take a child shopping? Pizzas, chips. You know what I mean? I don't understand, really. I don't understand why parents take kids shopping. I don't get it. Like, there's no understanding to take a child shopping at a young age. Not until they get older. So then they'll start to understand, where does the food actually come from? And then they say, it comes from the shop, the supermarket. Would you like to come with me one day? Let's go shopping. Let's just be real. All the shit food in the world today that's highly processed is all bashed up to be colourful. I mean, fancy going to fancy going to certain sections, the fresh section, and see all like the tomatoes and the cucumbers and all like anything that's a vegetable. They don't look very nice, do they? They're not really enticing. Let's be real. And this is the problem that we have in today's civilization. It's all about materialistic things. It's all about branding. Sweets are a killer, I tell you. Sweets are an absolute killer to humanity. recently, what I've noticed as well since I've been out today as well driving, and normally Manchester's fucking diabolical traffic, but since Ramadan's hit, there seems to be less traffic on the road. But it's interesting, it's really, really interesting. So all I'm saying is, what does that say about life? I mean, hypothetically, you could just say, yeah, well, something's happened, there's been a shift. Well, no. Two options. There's either a lot of them on the roads, or the flip side is they're obviously bad drivers. So there's less accidents, less traffic. It's interesting. It's interesting. And the more that Ramadan takes hold of civilization in life, which will happen eventually, it's going to be one of those things that places won't be open. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like Ramadan was going to be a holiday, an absolute holiday for most people. Like the whole of the world will just stop for Ramadan. Eventually, that's how it will do. The whole world will. There will be no business that's it will be classed as a holiday for the whole month. I'm just literally getting back hours of my life by doing that drive. I can imagine doing that drive. That'd have taken me 45 minutes to do that drive, when actually I've just done it in 20 minutes. It's interesting. It's interesting to see. Now maybe, just maybe, if I wasn't on the phone, and just maybe, if I didn't do the bit of be domesticated, maybe I could have driven less hours, less time, and went to say for instance a local Tesco or Asda. But in the UK, eventually what will happen is Tesco will say it opens at 11. They say it closes at 11 o'clock at night. Eventually it'll close at 10. Eventually it'll start to pull back. So as obviously the UK changes now in its process and in its exchange of freedom and happiness, it's going to start to really, really now pull back now. Freedom's gone. Freedom and happiness is gone. And now it's all about control. And it's happening in real time. Like I see a lot in hotels. Hotels are I've seen in hotels over the years. When I was traveling the world when I was like 18, 19, 20, there was bars, restaurants, everything was open until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It was like 24-hour service all around the world. And now I just see it as very, very limited. Very limited. You have to be up and out, and you have to be awake at certain times of the day. You have to do certain things within a certain amount of time, or else, yeah, basically you can't do it. Eventually, there won't be 24-hour places. You know, that's how it will be. Somebody there with a skateboard. If you look at the understanding of skateboards, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Really, when you think about a skateboard, it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't change humanity. Starbucks is closed. So Starbucks 24 hour. So basically, what I'm now seeing, this is how I see the UK now. We are changing into a very cold. So drive-through closed. This is coming into real-time effect now. This is how society is being closed. Yeah, it's closed. Yeah, and when you actually look at the sign, you know what I mean? It's false advertising. It's fakeness. Everything we do today in the world today is fake. We tell people a lie, and we don't provide. And that's the understanding of life. It's mad, isn't it? And this is the restrictions that you are now put in place. It's, where'd you go at this time of night now to get any food? You know where? I'll tell you the truth. It's gonna be one place. One place. And it's gonna be the cult of McDonald's. Eventually, that's how it'll be. Now, this is normally run by women. Normally run by women. It's fucked. Unfortunate to say, females want to live lives in the UK. They want to live a life. They don't want to work. They want to live a life. Hence why it's fucking closed. Oh yeah, I'm short on staff. Oh, it's not busy. Fuck off with the, you know, just fuck off with the fucking complaints about life. You know what I mean? If you've got a job, appreciate your job. If you say 24 hours, open up 24 hours. Like, don't lie. Like, the world is a lie. We are living a lie. And unfortunately, let's just say, deceitful. And unfortunately, women are deceitful. They always have been, always will be. I know I categorise them, but they are deceitful. Right, anyway. You see why I'm single? You see why I'm single? Because mentality. They're fucked. They're absolutely fucking fucked. Well, they actually get fucked as well, so let's be real. The species of woman. Two genders. Right, so a basket. Let's go grab a few things. Oh, right. Something's happened, Mike. Right, just some blueberries. Like, eventually what's going to happen is you won't have this. This is how we live in the Western world. But eventually, this will all be gone. We won't have places like this where you can come and select night food. It's going to change. It's going to change, and I don't think anybody understands how it's going to change and how quick it's going to change. But imagine imagine if tomorrow there's no delivery. Like, imagine tomorrow there's no delivery. Fuel short. There's a fuel shortage. Imagine that's the mentality. Fuel shortage. We can't drive food around the place. Just to give you a rundown, people stealing baskets. Have you seen? Yeah, people steal baskets. The world we live in, I'm not built for this world. I tell you, I'm not built for humanity. For the planet Earth today, I'm not built for. Eventually, this is how it'll be. It will literally be whereby it will slowly go from being fully shelved to not much food on the shelf, and then everyone starts to ransack it. They will start to really think, fuck, there's no food. Everyone starts to ransack it, and that'll be it then. And then there'll be a fuel shortage. Then we'll start to have power glitches, and unfortunately, it's civilization. Anyway, some peanuts as well. Yeah, awesome. Right. Awesome, Mike. Again. Like, this is the boring section. This is kind of like the section that everyone hates. And the reason being is because it's kind of like, it's not what people want really. Some raspberries as well. You know some sizes as well. It's like strawberries. One thing we notice as well, we're going from packets of this size. So we're going from packets of that sort of size, yeah, to packets of this size. Do you know what I mean? Really, really thin. Really, really thin. And again, we see it with the blueberries. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they all go down the route of like basically scamming you by going down the route saying any two for £3. They make the packaging smaller, and then they go down the route of putting the any two. Anyway. Got some more lemons, eh? More lemons, sorry. Not lemons, limes. Awesome. I don't really do lemons really, to be fair. Yeah. Lemons isn't really the sort of thing I tend to have lemons, but onion. Some tomatoes as well. Get some tomatoes. Awesome, amazing. Right, that's what else. Right, tomatoes as well. Right, that's that sorted out. I think what I'm missing as well, some asparagus. With parsley. With parsley, some mint. We've got garlic at home already. Garlic with lapping. Asparagus. I can't find any asparagus. So yeah, there's no asparagus. Okay, close this. Yeah, rabbi steak as well. Awesome. Right, get some salmon. It's difficult to shop at times because, like, you know, it's just kind of like when you look at what's available. Like, this is absolutely mass produced on scale. Imagine being part of the supply chain that has to provide food for everybody. Like, I wouldn't be have that stress. Like, the stress to be the population. Should have salmon. Yeah. Tons of bottled water. Got butter, bread. It's a funny bakery. Yeah. Actually, change the plan. Got some sourdough. Yeah, get some, basically some sourdough. Right, so that's pretty all over that news, really. Right. I think that's it, don't you? Okay, living alone, it's a lot easier. Of course, I don't really think about number one, but trying to run a whole family. Get a box, pour this in a box. Got these like little options of having bags in the UK, but the issue with a bag is you have to get 2 bags. You have to get 2 bags compared to putting all your shopping in. You get a box, it just works. Yeah. So I mean, it's my when you think about the bigger picture, right? Everything's designed for a woman. The world's designed for women to spend money. Obviously, a man always wants a woman to be happy. So that's how men get broke. When you say to me, he says, "Oh, that's sweet love, Mike. That's love." Like, you know, he obviously wants his partner to be happy. Well, until he can't afford to support her. It's one of those things that people always turn to me and say, "Mike, you can't say these things." And I was like, "Well, what do you want me to say? Got to keep it quiet?" All right, okay, I'll keep it quiet. And then humans decide not to understand the world today, and then they end up finding out they fail. Oh, yeah. You see all these clowns now, all these average people getting bags. And guess what I've got? Yeah, I've got a box. Do you know what I mean? It's facts. You know, how many average people tonight are going to actually buy some, obviously, some cooked mushrooms like? Not many. I rest my case. a lot easier. There's actually a new system that's been in place for quite some time now, and it's scanning barcodes is like an old school mentality. RFID tags is the way forward. But I'll show you tomorrow. I'll show you an RFID tag. I'll show you how an RFID system works, which is a much better system than scanning fucking barcodes. But as human species we are, it's backwards until eventually technology catches up with itself. Literally, the way it works is you walk in, RFID tags are scanned, and you just contact wires payments, and it's done within seconds. Whatever you put in the basket, it just works. So how many bags would you like? How many bags would you like? 0.
Don't forget to scan your rewards card.
This is a bag for life. This is a bag for life. It's not a bag for life, it's a lie. So, like, honestly, it's so cultish. Everything's cultish in the world today.
Process your payment.
That's it, done, sorry. So yeah, awesome. Good thing about a box now is guess what a box does? A box just works. So you know what I mean? It's like a little hamper. Yeah. And that's what talks to like a real man that understands life. Oh, that's prawns. Awesome, Mike. Just a steak. What's it? Isn't the way forward? Right, awesome. There's a box. And then obviously we got 2 bags. Yeah. Guess what? Straight to McDonald's. Straight to McDonald's. See my point of view. And they always say that you can't go down the road judging everybody by the same tarnish, but to be fair to you, it's a lack of education. Lack of education. Sorry, I've just stolen a box. Yeah, stolen a box. It can be recycled. Less plastics. Just saying. Anyway, right. That's it. Job's done. Well, plastic bags, let's say they're not designed for what the purpose they're designed for. Bags rip. Right, bags are just a problem to society. They never work. They're broken. You end up taking your products you brought home, and then what do? You put it in the bin. But they sell it to you as a bag for life. It just doesn't make sense. How many people go home and think, you know what, I'm going to save this carry bag. Next time I go shopping, and take it out. How many people store bags and then take the bags with them? It just doesn't happen, does it? You find out you've got a drawer or a cupboard full of like 3,000 bags. We just hoard things. And it's the way it is. We hoard. We're human beings. We are little ants. We go out into the big world. We go around taking whatever we can get. Guess what happens? guess what happens? We fill our little houses that we haven't even, houses that we can't even afford. We fill them full of shit. And then we say, oh, well, this is my house. No, it's not. Do you own it? No. You're paying a mortgage? Yeah. Right, you don't own that house. Yeah, but I'm paying it off. It is my house. No, you don't own that house. And the whole concept behind it all is just... It's mad. It's mad. So, anyway, we live and learn, we drive forward, we persevere. We allow other people to see my life and think, right, you know what, I wonder what my life would be like if I had my life. I wonder what it would be like. Never have to check the bank. I never check the bank. I never, ever check the bank. I just know there's money there. All day, every day, I just know there's money there. Obviously, I put a limit on my bank to say if there's anything less than 10 grand in the bank, alert me. But I just know there's always money there. So, you know, I never give out my card details to anybody, not anybody on the phone. I always use Apple Pay, always. Done. What do you know? Some water. I should have got some water from the. I should have got some water just have a little. Anyway. Must not grab a little bottle of water from the garage. But you see my point of view. You know, I could have brought some sweets. Could have brought some chocolate. Yeah, I could have brought a load of things that the human body doesn't need. You know? Yeah, it's mad. What? No, I'm not going buying alcohol here. There's a guy here. Oh no, it's not, he's buying vapes. Come in. No, health and safety, I just find this, yeah? This is what happens when people can't go into places to buy their own food. He's buying vapes. There's a little girl in the car. Trying to check his ID again. It's so sad it isn't to see him. That's it, £5 for a vape. No, tracky bottoms, trainers, jacket. That's it. Well done, dude. You bought a vape. I mean, that's why a British guy buying a vape to kill himself. Yeah, and the guy behind the counter doesn't give a fuck. That's it. That's it. Passenger, great, got a vape. He's driving an A1. Or she's driving an A1 in white Aldi. So uneducated. Oh, so get a get a bottle of water. Awesome. It's interesting, so they can open the door up for their own breed, but they can't open up the door for anybody else. It's weird, isn't it? It's bad. Especially how we do things these days. Mate, you look lost. It's not. I don't think it is about that. I'm very, very wise to the world today. Very wise to the world. I know exactly what's happening. I know exactly who's around. Right. The one thing I'll say is a bit wise. A wise man will always say, always make sure you put your back to the wall. It's definitely a difference, isn't it, when you got people wearing jeans than wearing anything else. This is now a guy who's outside, who hasn't got a clue who's behind him, who's around him. I was fully aware, I was fully equipped of who's around me. I knew exactly who was around me at any one point. This is a guy now who is so engrossed in his phone. Like, who would have thought talking to each other through glass was hard work? What's he gonna buy? Alcohol? Alcohol. What do you reckon? Yep. She's definitely on something, I'll tell you. Driving an average car. It's on an iPhone. Yeah. Did you check the amount? No, just pay it. I paid £1 for my bottle of water. She's off her tits. Bottle of wine. Oh, sorry, yep. Two beers. So 2 beers. Let's just fold them out now. Let's have a look at the car that they're driving. Yeah. It's the car that they're driving. Do you know what I mean? It's sad. It's very, very sad. Just gone and bought 2 beers. Madness. I rest my cage. We're in a bad state in the world today. A bad state. There's no intellect. There's no logic. We know alcohol kills. We know alcohol kills. Let's go back to the house. being paid by we've been paid today by Google. So YouTube's now going to payment to us. £1,000 in the kitty. So we've now got £1,000 in the kitty in the trust for me. It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, we paid like early hours of the morning. Surprising is how much money I've just spent. So for instance, for me to buy a lot of fresh food is £40. £40 to me for me to buy white balls. Imagine having to have a family of 4 that you have to buy salmon for. To buy salmon for a family of 4. You know, again, fruit. I guess fruit's not really a big thing. But you're on to, you know, it's easier to buy 2 packets, one a pre-made pizza, and basically some wedgies. Imagine having that just for a family. It's easier. You buy some wedgies, smash them in the frying pan. Do you know what I mean? It's easier. Or smash them in the grill. It doesn't really matter how you cook them. But you see my point of view. It's easy to think, to just go, oh, you know what, don't sort it. It's a ball ache to cook. I would normally get things delivered because I live in a remote location. I don't want average people to be knowing who I am, what I do. I don't want people to know exactly like where I live. So you only have to have one dickhead, only one dickhead that comes and does like an Amazon delivery to you, who then watches a YouTube video and goes, fucking hell, and I recognise that guy. Only takes that, and it's mad. So yeah, I don't get anything delivered to the house, nothing at all. I don't use my own name in the house. It's literally all off record. So I could save myself time by getting everything delivered, but personally, I'd much rather drive a hire van, drive out, collect what I need, drive back, and live a very different life to most people. Because again, nothing really matters in the world except data. Data's critical. If I can take data and harness data, you're harnessing people's minds, you're harnessing people's information and intellect. Data is a critical part of the key puzzle of life. It's interesting. And nobody gets it. It was so easy and freedom to say, oh, we'll hand over the information, hand over. It's interesting. It's interesting. Well, for me, what I've established is there's no money. There's no money in selling a product. There's more money in collecting data. So yeah, it's really interesting. Funny because what people tend to find out they do is they find out they get letters through the post letter, 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 letter. And literally, it's all dead. It's all dead. The minute you get a letter through your house, you open it up in fear. Because you always do. Depending on what comes through the door, if it's brown envelope, you think, fuck me. You have a letter from a private car parking company who's harnessed your data. Oh, you drove into our car park. You overstayed your welcome. £85 fine. Hang on. I pay you for parking. Yeah, but you overstayed by 5 minutes. That's your freedom taken away from you. Open your letter up, you put it on the kitchen table. Knowing the fact that every single day you have to walk past it. You know you've got it. You fear, you worry, you concern. You go to bed at night worrying. I know it's facts. I know it's facts. I've been there. In my younger days, I've seen it. The war's getting harder. The only way that you can live life now is to live outside the system. And the only way you can do that is by moving house. Moving into a different address. Don't use the living room. Don't get things delivered to you because it's all convenience. Don't register your car at the address. Don't register anything. The reason being is you're going to torture yourself, you're going to traumatise yourself. Every bit of money you have will be taken away from you. In the UK it's hard. It's going like it's going wrong. So the more information you give away, the more information you'll get. The more information you're giving away, you're being poorly restricted. The more money you bring in a business, the more you're VAT registered, the more you're going to be pulled away from life. The more they're going to basically take away from you. And the problem is in life today, we are coming to a breaking point now. Whereby the government will always end up winning. You can't go against it. The only way you can go against it is by living outside of the system and by living not like you would do normally. If they say to you do this, then you do the opposite. And the reason being is if you do what they say, what you end up finding out is you are submitting yourself to slavery. So when they say to you, register your car in your house address, yeah, then register your insurance in your house address. Yeah, straight away, you are submitting yourself to them. Don't do it. What you end up finding out is you have freedom. Your car, your driving license, if they're all in the same name and you fail to pay a bill, guess what? That's it. Points. I don't get points. I don't get points on my license. I'll tell you the facts, the things about life. If you're driving your car and you happen to not reply back to a letter, and you own that car in your own personal name, and your license is in your own personal name, then what happens is you automatically file points. Automatically file points. fucks you. If you go down the route of a vehicle and you end up finding out that they send you a letter saying who was driving at the time of this offence, you are basically incriminating yourself. They can't do anything. They can't do anything at all to you unless you incriminate yourself. This is facts. They can't incriminate you. But the minute you say, yes, it was me, they'll threaten you, they'll worry you, they'll put fear into you. The minute you go down the route of saying, it was me driving at that point in time, boom, sorted, fine, sorted, thank you. That's all they want. They don't know who you was driving that vehicle at that time. They can't go down the route of saying, oh, well, actually, you know what, we're going to fuck you over. They can't, they physically can't. It's impractical. And if everybody did it, they couldn't monitor everybody, could they? You've broken the system. You've got to get into the system. So when you're just obviously this individual who pays into the system like everybody else does, they've got you. You're scared. You fear for your life. You're going to say that I have to look over my shoulder every 2 or 3 minutes. It's not like that. If I'm in a safe environment like now driving, I feel safe. If you're out in public, you have to think differently. So yeah, I'll always know my surroundings. I'll always know who's around me. Imagine the whole UK comes together. Imagine the whole of the UK comes together. You can't look at Tommy Robinson. You can't look at Tommy Robinson and go down the route of saying he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Tommy Robinson is a dangerous man, and the reason being, he can set a movement or an agenda very fast, very quickly, and he can get a lot of people to do what he says. Think about it. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. And that's why the governments don't like people who are in power. He's in power. He's got a lot of power. Honestly, the outcry for ISIS to have sent out a threat to remove him out of society, I don't believe that's the case. Personally, I think it's the police. The police who removed him from the UK. It's a cover story for the guy. He's planning major movements in the UK. Major movements. Like big major shifts. The government don't like that. That's dangerous. That's scary. So how do you control him? You have to use tactics. You have to use the fear from other people, and that's what he's doing. It's exactly what's happening right now. I don't believe that ISIS do want him. ISIS now is a very small network. They're dangerous because they just don't fear. That's why they're dangerous. When you've got a guy who can put out any sort of like advertising message out on not only his platform but on multiple platforms which other people operate now, That's dangerous. If you're going to go against the government, if you're going to go against the government, for instance, the UK government, you don't want to be in the country. Same as mentality as Elon Musk. He can say whatever he wants about politics. He's got the power. He's got the power to turn people off. He's got the power to change and flip narratives very quickly. So yeah, data's everything. Data is everything. So these social media platforms, they can say any agenda, they can push any agenda forward, and people will just do it. It's actually happening behind the scenes. It's scary. I see it. I see it. I was only actually looking at someone else's phone on Facebook to show me their feed. This is a mother who's got kids. I was looking at her feed, her Facebook feed. And it's interesting to see what she's seeing compared to what I see. And then you go and, you look at the younger generation. Somebody who's like 18, 19, 20. Yeah, female. And you look at their feed. It's all about makeup. It's basically all about making himself look, trying to make himself look pretty. So I said to her, so you do know that you are absolutely gorgeous. You know this, don't you? And she's like, yeah, but I don't like my face, I don't like this, I don't like that, I want to lose weight, I said to her, who's telling you this? When you look at her feed, she's uploading pictures to Instagram. When you look at her feed, it's all about materialistic. It's about, obviously, makeup products, beauty products. That's what the younger generation have been taught. It's madness. Do I see makeup on my profile? No. It's mad. And you look at, like, let's say for instance, like, let's go down the road looking at a Facebook profile of somebody who's like 12, 13. It's all about the little dances. Keeping all like looking like, young and cute. You see the difference now. And you see somebody from the army. You see their state there, all of their feeds and things. It's all about military. I don't think anybody actually sits down and actually realises this. If you've got family, get out all your phones and lay them all down on the table, open up Facebook and scroll through and look at all the posts that all of you guys are seeing differently. See it. And you tell me that's not programming. Of course it is. But I don't think, you could say to me, Mike, you're a 36-year-old bloke. Like, why are you getting involved in? Because I think you need to. You have to look at life as a whole and start to work out. I could live a very different life to most people. I could live a life off YouTube completely. I could live a life just doing what I would do on my own. when you look at civilization as a whole, nobody understands. Nobody understands. We're all on this journey, we're all on these different journeys through life. We're all trying to outdo each other. But what are we doing? Outdoing each other for what purpose? I don't understand. What, because we're programmed to outdo each other? There's things that people like on social media, and I've said to them, why have you like this? And they say, well, what do you mean I've liked this? Oh, I must have done it by mistake. No, you haven't done it by mistake. You haven't liked it. But because we're friends, and then because obviously we interact and talk, it shows me that you've liked something. So I'm more likely to like it if I know you've liked it. We're just sheep of each other. We follow each other. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. You know, AI. We're told that if we didn't integrate with AI, we were left behind. If you don't integrate with AI, you'll be left behind. You'll be left behind. You'll be left behind. Guess what happens? Yeah, it's all about data collection. The whole thing about AI was about data collection, and every single person has failed. That's what it was. That's all AI is, data collection. Everyone's failed. Every single human's failed. You go to work, oh yeah, we're going to go down the route of doing a training course today on AI. Great. You've all failed the system. You complied. I rest my case. You're not living your life how you want to live it. You're living a life what you're told to live. And I don't think anybody ever understands this mentality now. It's fucked. But we live a very, very, very controlled environmental lifestyle now. Companies don't just go massive. Companies don't just go big, unless there is some dark cover story behind it. Unless you're subsidised. Think about the biggest. You think about the biggest scam in the world today: taxes. You all pay taxes because you have to pay taxes. You're told to pay taxes, or else you get fined. You live in the fear of taxes. Think about it. It's your fear of taxes. So if you've got one business that's bringing in 3 clients, and then you've got a whole tax system that's bringing in millions of clients, who wins? The tax system wins. So straight away, where's that tax money go? Well, if you, as Apple, create a device that means that we can access all the information, then we'll subsidise the build of Apple. That's how people get big. Apple hasn't just got big because it's Apple. Apple's got big because of the data. Like, again, Elon, data. You know, you think Starlink is just a internet service? It's not. It's a military grade service. Everything that's happening in the sky at the moment, in this, we're talking about Starlink, it's designed for military. They are scanning the globe on a mass scale. That's what they're doing. So if anything flies, basically it gets basically seen, and it's very similar to the Iron Dome. What obviously the US are doing is the Golden Dome, but the Iron Dome is only for, obviously, let's say for instance, a small country. But when you've got obviously the Golden Dome, which is covering full 360, that's what Elon's doing. So that's the understanding. That's how Starlink's taking its toll, because it's all subsidised by the government. That's how he gets rich. That's how he's aligned. There is a saying in life that if you can't beat it, then join them. And now the people that actually are rich, they've joined it. They've joined the system. They've joined it. And to join the system, you get freedom. So you join the system to get freedom, and that's how it works. So they have freedom. I know Elon pretty well can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants within reason. I have no problem at all. You come across people like Andrew Tate, he can pretty well do anything he wants. And I'm actually kind of like Like I'm in the sort of like realm of that, whereby when you get to a million, you start to be noticed, because not many people can get to £1 million. When you get to a million, it is a success rate. It's kind of like, fuck me, who is this guy? Where's he come from? What's his backstory? And it's actually interesting. We are all leveling up, and what people don't realise is that some people, some people never level up. Some people can't level up. Some people just don't want to level up. To be rich is where it's all at. You know this. It's facts. They always say that rich doesn't make you happy. It definitely does. It definitely does. And that's a lie. That's a lie that everyone says. Oh, if you've got a lot of money, you're never gonna be happy. No, happiness isn't money. They say that, but realistically, I can do whatever I want. I can literally do whatever I want. So realistically, it's a fine line. Anyway, so I always carry my passport. Always. Because I can just leave it. I can just leave it at any point. Anyway, right. Give me 2 secs. Right, amazing. Just go back. Obviously, yeah. I'll show the last one. So flashing. Again, should never ever be looking to turn off. Take 2. Go on, little brute. Take a bit of time to like reconnect. Anyway, what's cool? What's awesome? Yeah, makes me happy. Here's a whole bunch, but I didn't. Zero, you got this kitchen. It's Right. Good blueberries. There's some heat. It's actually really gone cold. I've got a bloody dishwasher that's in the dishwasher that's in the blinking lounge, which is basically a bit of a killer, really. Oh, sorry, Signal's bad. Really? Yeah, so is the world. It's mine, isn't it? I think a lot of people need to appreciate where they actually are in the world today. I think about it, it's not easy, I tell you. It's really not easy. There's too many people that are really angry. Oh, it's pretty wild. Man. It's got some ginger in there as well. It's pretty wild. As long as TGS, it's gone. Sacked it. In life, you need to make decisions. And sometimes just make decisions for the better of life. So yeah, quite recently, sacked a load of staff. Not even sacking a load of staff, but I've changed things. And the reason being is it's kind of like, it's just madness, right? It basically, if you're on TTS, go and find some average guy on YouTube. And give him the idea, let him go down the road doing it. Honestly, go and break him. Because you will break somebody mentally. So yeah, got a few days away from it already. And I feel like it was an experiment. It was interesting. It was interesting to see it. The long-term damage that you'll have on somebody will be you'll break them, right? If you want to torture somebody, get TTS, you'll break them. Although we put them in a dark room without a clock, without time, without dates. Lie them down, so they can't ever get over. Lie them down, have TTS going out. You'll break somebody. So yeah, quite recently I had there's a few days ago I had to lie down for a few hours. Well, obviously I do stuff with migraines. When I was younger, I struggled. But as I got older, I've kind of avoided them. But yeah, quite recently with TTS, I'm getting migraines. It's fucked. But ever since I've stopped, it's changed. So yes, using a bit of time. Self-reflect on life, really. Self-reflect on life. So you got about the royal family, the royals. Imagine the royals, but in a. Imagine the royals, but not in the public eye. You know, they have a palace. You know, they have the land, the gates, security. Imagine somebody else, like the royals. Imagine somebody else like the royals, who is in the public domain. Went to security. Walk down the street. They seem to be the same as everybody else. Imagine living in like a bunker or in a different area to everybody else. Imagine coming up with the word in the world say nuclear power, and everyone's like, what the fuck's nuclear power? And they Google nuclear power. It states exactly what nuclear power is, and you just accept it. Imagine. When they say like free energy doesn't exist, they say it doesn't exist, but you do the opposite and you say it does exist. Imagine everything that we've ever been told is actually the opposite. Imagine. Just out of interest, think about it. Like, who will that benefit? Would it only benefit the elites? They say to you, speed limits are there for your safety. No, they're not. They just slow you down. So you don't think about the bigger picture. Roadworks. Slow down. Imagine you're in traffic. You go to work, you've got to pay taxes. You go to work, you're an hour commuting, an hour to back, 10 hours at work, commute an hour back, that's 12 hours. And how many hours do you sleep? 10 hours? Yeah? That's a whole day gone. So imagine having 22 hours of your day gone. It's only 24 hours in a day. You have 2 hours to think about the real thing, the real how I say the realization of life. Like people don't. I'm saying you got a text message, someone's getting angry, you try to soften that, and so let's go have a drink. Imagine. Everyone's life is so like chaotic and packed together that you haven't got time to think about the bigger picture. And that's I'm talking about the real world here. You know, we're so busy starting families, trying to pull a woman. But actually, when you think about it, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. You know, the more mayhem that goes on, the more riots, the more people argue between themselves about trans, gay, straight, religion, where am I living, where am I allowed to live. People that got criminal records, people that haven't got criminal records. You know, people that are dark haired, people that are ginger. We're fucking divided. I wonder why. Imagine being an ant. Imagine being an ant on the floor. Imagine now, I've got an ant here now, running around. Imagine it looks up. Can the ant see me? Think about it. Can the ant see me? So when I go outside and look up at the sky, the human body can only see for so long. It can only see so far. It's interesting to think about it. If an ant can't see me, and I'm so high up, think about when I look up at the sky. Can I see them? Think about it. It's interesting, isn't it? The concept's different. So there's layers to life. There's layers to ants. Something that's so small compared to something that's so big. Think about Egypt, how the pyramid was built. Just think about it. Think about all the old buildings we've got, all the old buildings there are in the UK. And you go in there and you look at the big doors, and you think to yourself like, fucking hell. It's a big door. Just maybe humans are shrinking. Maybe humans aren't as tall as we originally were. Just maybe. It's a concept. Like, why would you ever build a door? Why would you ever build a door that's higher than what's needed for? Why would you build a building that's bigger than what you need? Like, why? It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh yeah, I just thought I was a big door. Why is everything we're looking at is nanotechnology is going smaller and smaller and smaller? Think about it. Is it the fact that we are eating different things? Is it the fact that obviously, you see some people are tall, some people aren't tall. You know, is it down to the genetics? I'm just giving you options here. Think about the bigger picture. So I'm a male and I've met a partner. Yeah. If my partner isn't the best she possibly can, think about it. Just think about this now. Imagine my semen. Just maybe. I'm just hypothetically saying this. But imagine me being wanting to basically have a child, and I want to be the best person I possibly can. But I'm lazy. I drink, I smoke. Do you know what I mean? Can't be arsed, boring, haven't got the right mindset. Just maybe, if you are driven as fuck, driving forward, you're really healthy, you're eating, your mindset's on top of the world, just during that period of time when you're obviously conceiving, just maybe, think about the outcome, if that's going to be. We obviously talk about genetics, we always say, oh, but yeah, it's genetics. Just out of interest. Just because we're told it's genetics, why do you believe it's genetics? Just out of interest. Why is Elon Musk sending his semen out to all these different women? Why? He's driven as fuck. Yeah? So let's be real. Just saying hypothetically, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm completely utterly wrong. But just maybe, before you conceive and have your own children and your own descendants, just maybe you need to be the best person you possibly can at that moment in life. Just maybe. And you to obviously mate with a partner who's at the best that she could possibly be as well. Imagine if you've got two people that are working side by side who are out competing, but they're really like locked together, massively working together, gridlocked together, persevering forward. She's healthy, I'm healthy. Imagine, just think about it. Then your child's born. The same mentality is you get a guy that's really handsome and a woman that's ugly. What's the outcome of that? Think about it. If you've got a really pretty woman and a really pretty guy, what's going to happen? The outcome of that. So we now start to understand now the logic in life. There's logic. Everything I say, there is logic to it. But there's a large amount of people that don't see logic. There's a large amount of people who just go down the route thinking, life's short, go out there, meet a randomised woman, can I bang her? Yes, can I bang her? Yeah, great, awesome. Oh fuck, she's now pregnant. Oh no, I've got a child. Think about it. Think about the opposite mentality. Think about if you hand select the best possible people to mate with. What's the outcome? The outcome's going to be better than somebody who's just average, obviously. But they always get on the route of saying, let's be real. Down the route of saying, oh, it's genetics. Okay, fine, it's DNA. It's mad to think about it. Now, I'm not saying that obviously these are facts and things. But what I'm saying is, though, it's food for thought. It's a process I think people need to educate themselves with. And it's interesting to see that, I did see a lot with families. And I did see a large amount of it with education as well. And when I look around at the whole of civilization, I think so. I was like, really, there's something not quite right about this. And I know it's harsh, but some people are just ugly, and some people are very attractive. And you see the difference. You could just go down the route and say, but Mike, you can't say that. Do you know what I'm saying? People start to mix with people that are in societal differences. And I know obviously people are going to say, Mike, this is wrong now. But when you've got a dum-dum and a dum-dum, they're dum-dums. And then they're going to mate and then they're going to have dum-dum kids. It's how it is. And you can't change that. So when you come across certain people who aren't all that there, who are struggling in the world today, you tend to understand the mentality of life and think, yes, everyone has a right to live, and I get that. But then you should say, does everyone have the right to reproduce? Now, there's certain people in the world today that don't reproduce, and there's certain people that do reproduce. And when you look at obviously the logic in it, if you're not able to function, not able to build yourself up, if you're not able to educate yourself, then you won't reproduce, because it's just physically impossible. No woman is going to go down the route of reproducing with a man who is just obsolete. So that's facts. And in the same way around, if you've got a woman that's obviously, for instance, she's just not able to, she isn't able to have that mentality of being a mother, she won't reproduce. So only the strongest. There's the same mentality as obviously, only the strongest survive. We see that in that in life. You put two people together and they're going to fight, and the strongest is going to win. You give that to give that same mentality to a load of idiots, to a robot, and what's going to win? Is the robot going to win against a load of idiots? Well, yeah, a robot will always win. So you might find out that that one robot alone won't obviously end up achieving. But when that robot feeds back information to more robots, and more robots understand the location, size, okay, great. Yeah, you just destroyed one of our robots, but don't worry, because there's 16 others coming towards that location. You're pretty fucked. So you tend to see that whole logic now in the sort of like mentality of humans are fucked. You can't out-compete robots. You're never going to be able to compete robots. Robots will take over the human nature, the human race. And the sci-fi, when you see the sci-fi films of seeing where you come to a planet, you land on a planet and there's robots everywhere. It's all like, whole machinery, it's basically one massive machine base, but basically, we saw it in like Star Trek, and we saw it obviously back in the younger days of, So just out of interest, going back to that sort of like philosophy now, when you find out that the rich get rich, and the poor die out, think about the mentality between the rich. If the rich are so powerful and they can grid a lot of money together, and build and build, and then what happens then? They can position themselves on an island somewhere else with security, away from everybody. Yeah? They can rebuild everything. Do you think that's how like armies and that's how like empires built? By people working together. So when we're in the UK now and we're looking at every single dickhead on the street, everyone's a dickhead. Let's just be real. Everyone's an arsehole, everyone's selfish, everyone's fucking racist, everyone is absolutely, we are so divided now. Think about it. If we all came together and we were all reunited, it's fucking dangerous. It's fucking dangerous. When you've got a whole country that comes together, that is scary. Because we all like the robots. Imagine me being on my own, a robot being on its own, it can't talk on a global network, on a protocol that's called the internet. It's not actually called the internet, to be fair with you. Behind the scenes, the internet that we know the internet is actually not it's not called the internet. It's called the line, basically. We all connect to the line, basically. That's how it all is. But think about everything that we've been told in our lives. Yeah, cloud. All your information is stored on the cloud. It's fake. It's not on the cloud. It's fake. Everything you've ever been taught in life is fake. That's scary. However, how we understood all this. You know what I mean? People at medical school. Think about the bigger picture. If you've got if you've just got a man and a woman who's average, who goes to medical school, educates himself on medical school, and then goes into the workforce of medical. Think about it. They're average. They're dealing with average people in the world today. Medical, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Average people, yeah, cancer, yeah, still trying to cure. Yeah. Think about all these concepts now. Think about all the concepts I'm saying now. Think about all the bigger picture. Do you believe that there is actually somewhere else whereby this is a test in the world today, and you actually need to level up against each other? You need to level up against each other all day, every day. Level up, level up, level up, level up. And imagine being financially wealthy. Do you think Elon's ever going to die? Do you think Elon's ever going to pass away? Think about it. Just saying. Maybe people never die. Maybe, just maybe, there's some people that never pass away and die. Just maybe. So you're telling me that we've gone through years and years. We're now supposedly in the year 2026. Supposedly obviously not quite in humanity, but you see what I'm saying. When it was started to be dated, obviously when you backdated back to obviously, let's be real. How many humans have been around? How long? How many humans have been around for however long? Think about the bigger picture as well. Do they really want to wipe out Palestine? Do they really want to wipe out Palestine? The answer to the question is no, they don't. I'll tell you the reason why. Because they don't want to wipe out Palestine, because they want to keep Palestine. But they flatten it. They flatten it. It's gone, flattened. They've literally got the whole of the Gaza Strip, and they've literally forced everybody from here all the way down to here. So everybody in Palestine is now in a caged prison, living in tents at the bottom of Palestine, supposedly. Now look at the bigger picture of this now. Think about it. They've flattened it. Yeah, once everything's been dropped to the deck, it's fine. They can just come in now and bulldoze the whole lot. Flattened. Restart again fresh. This is the educational side of life. Just out of interest, when you look at buildings, do you think London will ever be dropped to the deck? Do you think London will ever drop to the deck? We don't build buildings like that. We don't build buildings, do we? We don't build amazing buildings like this now. So just maybe, just maybe, in civilization, maybe some people never die, but also as well, maybe just at times, they have to drop certain sectors. Drop, yeah, there's a war. Okay, power, control, just maybe. So Palestine now will be rebuilt. It's going to be rebuilt. That whole land's going to be worth a lot of money. It's obviously it's on the water's edge. It's all going to be populated back up again. It'll all be rebuilt, and it's been flattened. It's been flattened and rebuilt, and obviously it'll be under new control. Look at Ukraine, flattened. Think about it. Think about the bigger picture. Who's actually in control of the world today? Who's actually got the overall? Who's got the overall power of the world? Now, I'd probably say, probably the US. Probably the US has got majority of the control with the alliance of, let's say, Israel. Just maybe. So I suspect that's where it's all at. And I think, honestly, I think the US. I think the US have probably got ultimate control of the planet, really, that we know as the planet. They're highly controllable. They're highly on it. And do you believe that obviously Ukraine was one of those? Well, Ukraine was a pawn. Of course it was. Ukraine was a pawn. Unfortunately, there's lives lost, but they don't really care about the poor. Have you noticed? They don't care about the poor. It's like, for instance, like for me, when I walk down the streets in the UK today, do I care about the poor? Do I care about the poor? Now, realistically, I care about myself. But I'm happy to help other people out. But I choose to help other people out. I don't go down the route saying, I must help other people out. I choose to help other people out. So think about the bigger picture. Why does anybody ever care? However, if the UK all came together, they put religion to one side. Imagine this. Imagine the UK came together overnight. Yeah? It will be scary. There will be war. There'll be war. I'm telling you factually, there'll be war, because you can't have how many dangerous people working together as a team to build and build and build. We went back into manufacturing. If the UK decided overnight to go back into manufacturing, and we looked after each other, we fed each other, we didn't look about money, we just basically built and built and built and built, looked after each other,
You went to the office, there's always food there to eat. Imagine how much money you save by going to the office and eating. Now, if you buy everything in bulk, it's cheaper. At the moment, we're divided. You know, like I've done tonight. I've been out, I bought my, you know, I live in my own house, I live in my own place. I pay council tax. Well, supposedly pay council tax. Let's be real. But council tax is expensive. It's a scam. If every single person in the UK pays council tax, they say, yeah, but you live in a first world country. Think about how many houses there are in the country, how many council taxes there are. Then you look at obviously all the road tax. Where the fuck does all the money go? Where the fuck does all the money go? Doesn't make sense. Oh, it goes to the hospitals, but it doesn't, because they're being raped. Where's the money go? It's funding the elites. I think we know this. Like it's not rocket science. We know exactly where all the money goes, but we don't challenge it. We just go down the route saying, well, I must go to work. I'm going to go down the route of being an arsehole to my employer. You must pay me more money. You must pay me more money. I need more money. I've got a debt to pay. But I've got a debt to pay, and I'm going to turn into work on time because I'm scared and I'm worried and I'm panicking. I'm going to have holidays off, and you know, you see the point of view now. So running a business, who actually bullies who? Do the employers bully employees, or does actually employees bully employers? Now, technically, it's actually employees bullying employers. That's how it actually works. But nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to confirm that. Nobody wants to say no. It's because you're entitled. You're self-entitled, and that's the problem you see we have it in the world today. So you're self-entitled to say, well, I should have a job. No, you've got a job, and you're a privileged person to have a job. You don't guarantee the job. You're privileged to have a job. So when you go and have that job, work and persevere forward. I have the same conversations a large amount of time with people. It's mad. You know, I'm not some sort of motivational speaker. I'm telling you facts about the life. I'm telling you facts about the world today. And it's fucked. It is literally fucked. And at the moment in the UK, we don't want to do anything. We don't want to do anything. We just want to rape everybody. Rape everybody. We want to peel it. You know, we just want to take. That's all we want to do at the moment is take. And people don't get it. People don't get it. They don't see the bigger picture. All they think about that until they lose the job. And then next minute, you know, you get a job and you're really happy. You go to an interview. Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I've done this. Oh, thank you. I can bring this to the table. Yeah. You know, it's all about approval. And then obviously once you get approval, you then have to then obey. So you go to get a job. That's your approval sorted. And now you've got to obey. Think about it. Everyone hates the manager. We know this. You know, I can go to a place today and I'll just see someone just basically being a fucking arsehole, an absolute arsehole and a cunt to people. And I'll say, what, you're a manager? And they'll be like, yeah. And that's why your staff don't appreciate, because they all think you're a cunt. Basically, that's how it is. You know, anybody working for anybody else, they've got no respect. They just basically think everything's in it for everything's against them. Basically, nobody wants a job. You go to your manager, and your manager says, you know, go for a break, and you obey. Next minute, you come back half an hour later or 15 minutes late for your break, and he comes along and says, where have you been? And you say, oh, I've just been on the phone, been to the toilet, and, you know, you're late. Straight away, you think, what an arsehole, what a dickhead. Just because you can. So straight away, then you start talking to your other work colleagues, and you start talking about other people then, and it's kind of like, right, okay, here we go. So before you know it, you can understand how businesses struggle. Businesses don't struggle. The thing about businesses don't struggle with regards to income. They struggle on maintaining people's mentality. They can't maintain a human's mentality because they can't do it. It's physically impossible. Somebody comes and works for you, they always want to get paid more money. You know, I've done this, I've done that, I want to get paid more money. So then when you say, well, okay, well, if you want more money, then where's the money come from? Well, the money comes from profit from the company. Okay, and who's paying? Okay, fine. So I need to go to all my. So you want more money? So I've now got to go over to my clients and ask them for more money, because that's how it works. That's how it works. It's facts. It's figures. So I have to then go over there and, you know, okay, great, awesome. So I then obviously then start upsetting my clients because you want more money. And the next minute I charge more money, they then stop dealing with me. I then find out that I'm in financial issues and I can't pay my staff. The next minute you haven't got a job. And that's because you're greedy. You're greedy because you wanted more money because you came and took a job out which we advertised out for. We gave you obviously what we said we were going to pay you, and you now started to not turn on to work on time, not provide the service that we need. You obviously are self-entitled. You obviously go down to rinsing the system you possibly can with the amount of money you can get out of the system. And before you know it, it's kind of like then you start turning up and you've got bad attitude. And now obviously this is now obviously a massive impact now. I see it all day, every day. I see it every single day of the week. The world's fucked. We're in a bad state. And the only way you can sort things out is by communication, by talking about things and explaining to people the reason why it's fucked. And people that have got jobs, they won't understand the bigger picture. They don't know how to run a business. It's too scary. It's hard. Imagine having a full-time job. Imagine having a full-time job and getting paid £2,000 a month. Yeah. Think about it. You might get paid 2,500. You might get paid 3,000. You might get 6,000 if you understand. But not many people are on £6,000 a month. And the reason being is because they're not willing to go the extra mile. So what I found out in my life is the fact that whatever you put in, you get out. And whatever connections you build, you get out. And that's how I've seen it grow. So that's how I've seen it grow. So when I look at obviously life in general, it's not about doing the less, it's about doing more. If you do more, you're more likely to get a pay rise if you do more than you would do if you were to do less. So the whole common response, basically what I'm allowing people to understand is that the UK has fallen. We told the UK it was great, now it's fallen. And the only way to fix that empire is by reuniting everybody together, which again, I agree with what Tommy Robinson's done. He's fucking woken up a fucking shitload of people who were just basically average. So then when you look at the bigger picture, this is one guy he's risked his life. He's a male. He's risked his life. Because he knows for a while that straight away he's telling the truth. So when he gets a phone call from the Met Police and says, Tommy, yeah, we've received intel that, you are a wanted man with ISIS. Yeah? Think about it. Do you actually believe that this actually is a big issue? Do you think this is actually a big issue, or do you think it's just basically, oh, it's all right, fine, mate, no, it's all right? Think about it. If you've got the whole world talking, and you're backed by Elon, who is powerful, these are people who are aligned. They are aligning. They are working together. You got America. You got the Western world. Let's be real. I'm not saying that America isn't the Western world, but like what I'm saying is you've got a very powerful against the East. So think about it. If you're aligned together, we work together. So when you then say, oh, but I want independence, yeah? Think about the UK leaving for Brexit. Yeah, I want independence. What have we actually achieved by being independent? If I'm on my own and I'm renting or buying or I'm doing what I'm doing in my life, and I'm paying council tax as a single occupancy, I'm paying more money than I would do if I had a partner. Yeah, I might get a bit of a discount because I'm a single occupancy. But when you look at it, they want people to be divided. They don't want people to be together. They don't want people to be in relationships. They don't want anybody to be together. They want it to all be broken. They want to have men going around raping women having kids that, again, don't know who the fathers are. They want kids to be broken up because they don't want kids to understand or know anything that's going on. Think about it. Think about what I've said there. If you come together, you unite, and you make eye contact, you work together, you walk down the street, you get to know people, you're dangerous. Andrew Tate has got into quite a lot of trouble with the war room. The reason being is he's built a war room. It's called a war room, Obviously, he's built it because, again, you know, in war, you have to have a team together. You need an army. Yeah? Think about what I've done with this Green Army. Yeah? You bring people together. You unite. Now, that's dangerous. That is fucking dangerous, because when you start bringing people together who talk together, they work together. Think about it. Think about the bigger picture. How dangerous that then becomes. That's the reason why Andrew takes it in a lot of trouble. He's gone down the route using a Discord server, which, again, we understand what Discord is. Basically, Discord is basically an online. It's basically an online server. It's an online server which basically has got massive resources behind it, and it can process a large amount of information, fast, quick. You can pretty well build on Discord anything you want. It is basically just a server, and all you're doing is basically renting space off a server to basically build whatever you want. So you might build it to a bit of scripting, you might build it to obviously host a whole Facebook, a live stream. You can use that as a server to do pretty well most things. There's not a lot that Discord can't do, to be fair with you. But if people don't understand what Discord is and don't understand computer programming, then they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. But it's been built for a reason. So he's obviously got problems because obviously he's built this war room. And at the end of the day, you know, just because it's called the war room, and plus because it's obviously payment, and you have to, you know, think about it. Everyone in that war room is vetted. Yeah, they're vetted. You can't just you can't just join the war room. It doesn't work like that. It's not physical, like whereby you phone up Andrew and say, "Oh, dude, can I be part of the war room?" It doesn't work like that. Part of that war room are people that they have vetted. They individual have vetted the people in that war room. They've got the loyalty, they've got the respect. And what obviously he also says is he's got the trust. He's got the trust, loyalty and respect. And that is dangerous. And that's what he's in trouble for, because he's built an army of people who are trustworthy, who've got respect, and they're loyal. Think about it. And part of that war room it's kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like whatever we speak about in here stays within this. Yeah, think about it. You know, if anybody asks you, you don't say you're part of the war room. Yeah, think about it. You see the logic in life? I'm just being a realist. I'm just being a realist. You know, and I think people need to understand this whole concept of why things happen in the world today. And you could just say, Mike, you're mental. Well, unfortunately, I know more than a lot of other people do in the world today. If you believe that you are literally born into this world, and you believe that this world, you're going to die. Think about it. How many people? We've got people who have lived up to like age 90. Yeah? People that have lived over 100. We've had people that live over 100. Yeah? Think about what's happening now. Third world nature is coming in. We're coming into a third world nature. If you go to a third world country, they don't last till 100. They don't last till 100. Think about it. They don't want people to last to 100. They want people to be born, have 10 years of their life, and die. That's what they want. That's what they want. They don't want people to have civilization. They want to have basically people. That's why they want people to. That's why girls, the minute they can have kids, guess why? That's it. Brilliant. A woman, the first time she bleeds, boom, she's an adult. Great, she got kids. You see the concept now, why we're saying about this, and this is you understand the concept. The Western world wasn't built on third world natures. It wasn't built. The Western world was built in a different league. We've learned about cancer. We've learned about nuclear power. We've learned about internet, connecting people together. The problem is, think about it. As long as they can keep civilization going, which is what they plan to do, they don't give a fuck. They can just collapse the whole. They can collapse the whole of the world. Have it so it's a third world nation. Eventually, bioweapon, fuck off everybody, and then they can rebuild. Think about it. So So you think this planet that we are on, this whole realm of planet, you think this whole planet is, what, you think that humans have just happened to evolve, and now we're in this whole remit now of whereby white people will disappear. It will break down it will literally break down to a civilization of third world nature. And then what's going to happen then is a bioweapon will be made, like the COVID, like they sent to COVID, and it will wipe out whole generation, look what's happened to Gaza. Gaza can't fight. The kids are getting killed. They're killing the men. Because they can. Keeping the women. The kids will eventually be, again, they'll grow up, but they're pretty obsolete, really. Think about it. Think about every single area of the planet that they're going to start to break down. Ukraine's gone. Yeah? Think about Gaza. Think about it. They are controlling and pulling down. It's grown too big. It's got out of hand, and now they're pulling it all back in. Imagine me running a business. I run a business, yeah? I start a business. I'm driving forward. We build and build and build and build and build. Suddenly, everyone starts taking the piss, and I say, fuck it. Yeah? You're taking the piss, fuck off. Bring it in. You're taking the piss, fuck off. Bring it in. Imagine every single person in that business. Think about it. I fuck off all of the problems, and I bring it back to square one where I start to understand what's going on, and then I allow it to grow again. Imagine having a business that you built, it goes slightly wrong. We scrap off a load of people, I bring it back, I rebuild, and then I bring on another team that come on board, and we build again. We build again. So when you understood that you've got this whole concept that we've now realised that humans can live forever, which is, I think, what people don't realise. Why would you ever care when you've got pretty well the whole world at your feet? Why would you care? Why would you care? It just doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if you can live forever, it doesn't matter. You can live forever. You eat, sleep, drink, eat, sleep, drink. Imagine just repurposing yourself over and over again. Yeah. They've died. Great. Let's just bomb that next. Do you think the whole world is a stage? Do you think the whole thing's... Don't you feel that the whole world that you are sat on, like I'm sat here now, don't you feel the world is a whole stage? It's drama, it's chaos. Imagine a kid playing a game. It's gone out to, he's gone out, he's spent 49 quid or something like, well, we say 49 quid. Think about it, 49 quid on a game, bought it. Yeah. Gets home, yeah. Plugs it into his PlayStation, he's playing his game, yeah. Eventually, that game will come to an end. Eventually that kid will get that game, put it in the bin. Imagine that kid just turning off his game. Imagine the world being a game, and you just literally just say, we're turning the world off. Overnight, gone. While cellular network companies, cellular network companies like Vodafone, they're not putting money back into. They're not building the cellular networks up. It's just they're just maintaining it. Why have we got a lot of third world people now running and taking over? Eventually, you'll be one of those things that fuel stations won't be open at night. You won't be able to drive at night. There will be a limit. Eventually, there will be a limit on fuel stations. You won't be able to drive at night because you won't be able to have fuel. And that's where it's going. In certain countries now, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing blackouts. I'm seeing things that are happening all over the globe now. And the problem is like, if you don't understand the world and you don't understand what's happening, then you'll never you never understand it. So okay, what's the average lifespan of let's say a human? Yeah, a male, 71. You got some males that have lived over 100, and suddenly we're now down to 71. And then they say, but it's the air. Oh, it's global warming. Oh, it's all people want. All they want is for you to be born, to live a very basic life, basically pay your taxes, which will be controlled. And when they've got control, guess what's going to happen? they can remove all the pesticides, they can remove all the issues in the world today. Everything we eat that's killing us, they can remove. But at the moment, it's gone too big too quick. They've lost control. We've got armies, we've got fighting going on. Think about the World War One. World War One and World War Two. We didn't have technology back then. Think about what technology we have now. Technology can now sort the problems out with realization of life now. And I don't think people get it. People don't get it at all. People just think it is what it is. It's evolution. It's changing. Men won't last till the age of 30. Hence why they're bringing this whole cult in, whereby, again, it's becoming whereby you won't have the freedom. The cult isn't what I'm saying about religion. The cult is the fact that you won't have the freedom. You're going to be pulled away. You'll be, this is it. So you will be born. You'll have a basic education. A large amount of people can't even speak now. They can't speak, and they can't interact. We can't even have conversations because we don't want to speak to each other. And that's the way that eventually you break communication. You break the languages. We are fucked. We are fucked. And the only way that you can sort this out is by getting the UK to come together to build, buy, manufacture. Imagine going down the route of having one place that just live stream giving out food. Live streams, giving out tons and tons and tons of food to the whole of society. Imagine you can go to a place and they're just literally feeding every single person. Imagine. Think about it. It will stop pretty quick. You get paid via the live streams and you feed. Imagine, eventually somebody will come along and say, we love what you're doing, yeah, we'll take control of this now. They'll buy you out. And then they'll start putting pesticides and damaging materials into the food. When you've got a whole volume of people doing one thing, at the moment, we're all separated, we're all dividing. And we can't even get on together at the moment. Eventually, religion will come into play, and eventually, you will only be able to eat at. You'll have to go to a certain place. You have to pray, and then you get given food. That's the way it's going. That's the way it's going. People don't see it. People just go, Mike, you're mental. Well, I'm telling you the facts. It's only going to be rice and mush. That's what's going to be. That's all it's going to be. And if you're lucky, you might get a bit of lamb. Sorry. Just realise it's going to be dog. Obviously, it'll be dog. We know. You can see it. You can see it happening. Anyway. Right, I'm going to kill the stream and then have it back. But yeah, it's interesting.